Part 4 and 4a, right? So till 4a, we're done, right? And today we are going to see something about part 5, right? Already I told you some articles, right? And here we are going to see from which article to which article? 52 to 151, right? 151, right? So in this we are going to see something about different bodies we will see, and all the three organs we are going to see between these articles, right? Legislature, executive and judicial, right? From article number 52 to 151, right? And today's agenda, or today we are going to see something about the executive. And when we talk about the executive, here we have to deal with the article from 52 to 78. 52 to 78. Also we will take up the article 123 and also from article 148 to 151. Okay, so if you see all these articles, they are related to the executive. So that we have to see here today, right? Now, okay, fine. So, can anyone tell me what does it mean, executive? Or who are these people? Who are these people? Okay, so president, prime minister, these people are called as executive. Hmm. Okay. So here we have two type of executive. We have, when we talk about the executive, we have two type of executive. Permanent, non-political, political, non-permanent. Okay, we have two type of executive. One is permanent, non-political, and political, non-permanent. When we say permanent and non-political, so here we are referring the executives who are holding an office for a permanent time period. Up till the retirement age, they will be holding the office. Now, who are these permanent executives? They are civil servants. Now, if you see civil servants, they hold positions like secretary, cabinet secretary, chief secretary, right? Deputy secretary. So, all these secretariat positions, these positions are held by whom? These permanent executives. Here in political and non-permanent executives, these executives are for the temporary time period. They are for the temporary time period. Now, who will be these executives? Those will be holding office for some short time of period or some short tenure, like 5 years, 6 years. Like this, we have some division. Okay. So, generally, these executives are your prime minister, your chief minister, your president, vice president. All these people, they hold office for a some short duration of the time period. That's why they are called as a political and non-permanent. And if you see these executives, they will come through the method of what? Election. Okay, they will come through the methods of election. Now, when we talk about these executives, they formulate the policies. Formulate the policies means what? They make the policies, right? They make the policies. But if you see these political executives, they have to face the people. Yes or no? Have you ever seen any IAS officer coming and giving a speech for the election? Before election, when there are some manifestos released or some advertisement by the political parties, have you seen any IAS officer doing that? No. But who will do that? The leaders of political parties or the member of political parties, right? So they have to face the people. But who's the brain behind them? These permanent executives. Okay, so all the policies will be formulated by them, and these people has to bring those policies in front of the people. Okay, so this is what we have, two types of executive. But when we talk about constitution, here we are going to see something about non-permanent, those who are in the non-permanent nature. Okay, non-permanent executives, that means what? All those who belong to some political parties or coming for the some short duration, maybe for 5 years, 6 years, whatever. Okay, don't need ye or ye. Chaukan. Okay, fine. So that is what we are going to see here. Okay, now in executive we have to see some articles from 52 to 78. Now in these articles we have something called as president, then vice president, then we have prime minister, then we have council of ministers, then we have something called as attorney general of India, then we have something called as CAG. Okay, and CAG from article 148 to 151. Here president has a special power which comes under article 123. Okay, so this is what we are going to see. Now who's the first in the list? President, right? So I hope everyone heard about this personality. Do we have president? Yes. Okay. So our president is elected or nominated or hereditary or some is from some monarchy kind of thing. Nominated. Our president is nominated, elected, elected. Okay, fine. So some facts about the president. The first fact is he is the first citizen of India. He is the first citizen of India. Now, this position of this president, it is the most higher position in the country. Okay, it is the most higher position in our country. Or he holds the office of what? Office of dignity. His office is office of dignity. Now, also he is called as nominal head. Nominal head of what? Of state. Now here state I am referring to country. Okay, here I am referring to country. Okay, he is also called as nominal head of the state or ceremonial head of the state. Ceremonial head of the state. So these are the some terms which are used for the president. Okay, and one of the powerful position he is holding. Now, if he is a nominal head, nominal is what?
The work is done by someone else, but his name is given.
Work is done by somebody else, but the stamp will be by his name. Okay, so the real head is who?
PM.
It is prime minister. So prime minister will be working as a real head. But all the policies which are formulated by the government of India, they will be in the name of president. All the policies will be in the name of president. It doesn't matter whether whatever the executives they formulate the policies, it will be in the name of the president. So here these are the some like terms which are related to the president. Now, every executive we have to see some things like I have already told you yesterday. First we have to see what? Appointment. Then we have to see removal. And then we have to see their powers and functions. These things we have to see for each and every executive. What are the constitutional positions, posts we are going to see? Oh, these three things if you know, that means it is more than enough for your examination. Now, first is about the appointment. So, the appointment is done by through what? how we are appointing the president? Through the election, right? The method is called as election because in preamble we have seen we use a term called as what? Republic. So here republic means what? What is the meaning of republic? No hereditary position, no monarchy kind of system. Like in Britain, we have king, queen. They belong to one particular family. Here, anyone can become a president, and also it is different from the USA president because in USA, a president can stand for the election for how many terms? Who's the current president of USA? Joe Biden, right? So, which term he is running? How many times he can become president of USA? 2 times, right? But in India, anyone can become a president for n number of times. Okay, any person in India can become a president for n number of times. There is no time limit, and also he can stand for the election for a number of times, and it does not. He should not. It is not mandatory that he should belong. He should belong to some family background or something hereditary position is there. Okay, so this is what here. Now, this president, he is going to come through the method of election. Now, what is this? The process of election. When we talk about the election, we have two types of election, right? First is called as direct election, and another we have indirect election. Direct election is generally done for the positions like prime minister, for chief minister, or here for council. Here we have Lok Sabha, right? For the Lok Sabha, for state legislative assembly, or for the panchayats, or for the urban local bodies. So for all these bodies, we are holding something called a direct election. Indirect election for the president, for vice president, for the members of Rajya Sabha, members of the Rajya Sabha or members MLCs, member of legislative council. Okay, so all these bodies, for the election for them, it is done through the indirect method. Now, what is this direct method or indirect method that we have to see? Okay, when we talk about the direct method means the candidate will be elected directly by people of the country, directly by the people. That means who will go and vote? Who will go and vote? All the citizens, those who are above 18 year of age. So anyone who's above the 18 of year age, that person will go and vote for this direct election. Indirect election. Here, the election or the voting will be done by the representative of people. The voting will be done by the representative of people. Now here, you and I will not go directly and vote for these positions. Here, someone who's standing on behalf of our representation, that person will go and vote for these all the positions. So this is the one thing. Now, how these both are different, that also we will see. Now, direct election. Suppose Lok Sabha election. Every 5 years we are having something called as general election. So no. And every 5 years we have this Lok Sabha election where we choose what? Prime Minister? Yes or no? Yes. And who goes and vote for these candidates or for these Lok Sabha members? We go and vote for these things. Now, how this is done? Direct election, when we talk about the direct election, here the voting will be done by the people and it will be done through the EVM. Have you seen this? Have you heard this word? Electronic voting machine, right? And we have something called as VVPAT. What is VVPAT? What is VVPAT? What is VVPAT? How many of you have given vote? Yes.
Electronic device and
Rest all are like below 80. Then voter ID, you know. And others below 80. And okay, whatever it is, you have to vote, right? Fine. So here, first question. Okay, direct election. Now suppose when we talk about the direct election, here suppose four candidates are there. Candidate A, B, C, D. Okay. Suppose four candidates are there, and there are, suppose for example, 10 people they are going to vote for these four candidates. So here, suppose if A got 4 votes, B got 3 votes, C got 2 votes, D got, अगर मुझे एक और बार आवाज आ गई और मुझे जो भी बात करता हुआ दिख गया वो क्लास के सीधे बाहर जाए. Understood? Do I need to repeat? If I saw anyone talking except me, or when I ask, that time only you have to open your mouth. If I saw someone talking, I will send you out from this class. Understood? You can talk only if you know more than me. You can come here, you can teach. I will also enjoy your class. Fine? Done? Fine? Okay, fine. Chalo, direct election. Suppose here if there are 4 candidates and here 10 voters are there. So in direct election generally what happens? Suppose if candidate A got 4 votes, candidate B got 3 votes, candidate C got 2 votes and candidate D got 1 vote. Right? Now tell me, anyone who have got above 50% vote? Anyone who got above 50% vote? No, right? So here the situation is in direct election, anyone who got the more number of the vote, the number of votes should be more. The number of votes. Here we will declare A as a winner because if you see out of this 10, who has got the more number of the votes? A. So A will be declared as a winner because he is holding maximum amount of votes. This direct election is also called as first past the post system. First past the post. First past the post means what? The candidate who will pass the post, the first that candidate will be declared as winner. So here he or she does not have to secure more than 50% of vote. The more number of the votes, that candidate will be declared as a winner in direct election. This is the direct election. Now, if you see the remaining 3 plus 2 plus 1, total 6, the wastage of vote, here it is more. Suppose if 40% of the population they choose candidate A, but what about the remaining 60% of the population? Are they choosing candidate A? No. But who will be the winner here? A. So this is the problem with your direct election or first past the post system. But here the winner will be the moment the person who will get the maximum number of the vote, that person will be declared as a winner there. Why this method has been chosen for the Prime Minister, Chief Minister and all those positions? Because if you see the population, it is a huge, right? We are, I mean, what is the population of India? 140 crores. So to overcome this issue, and it takes numerous resources to conduct these elections. That's why we choose direct election method for these positions like Prime Minister, Chief Minister, and all those things. Now the another way is indirect election. Here in indirect election, the candidate has to score above 50% of the vote. Above 50% of the vote. And this is also called as proportional representation. This is also called as proportional representation. Now, suppose same thing A, B, C, D. If all these 4 candidates are there, suppose if A got 4, B got 3, C got 2 and D got 1. Now tell me who will be the winner here? No one will be called as a winner here. Till the time any of them they should cross above 5 votes or above more than 5, that is 6 votes. any candidate, till the time they will not get more than 50%, no one will be declared as a winner. Okay, so this happens in your proportional representation system. Later, when I'll explain you about the election of president, that we will see more about PR. Okay, proportional representation. Now, when we talk about the president, the first thing, the appointment is done through the method of elections, and this election is through proportional representation. This election is through the proportional representation. Now, for the election of the president, here there is something called as electoral college. Electoral college. Okay. Then here we'll have a secret ballot vote. Secret ballot vote. Also we'll have something called as single transferable vote. Okay, single transferable vote. Right? These things, these terms we will see in this whole when we talk about the how the elections for the presidents are done. Now here also there is something called as electoral quota and also the vote value. Vote value. These are some terms which are related to the election of president. Now, when we talk about the electoral college, so anyone, what is electoral college? Many of you are going college, right? So what is this college? Have you went to this college? What is this college? Anyone is allowed inside this college? Can anyone join this college? Yes. Can anyone become a member of this college? Yes? No. Yes? No. Okay. To become a member of this college, you need some position. You have to hold some position. Now, electoral college means what? The members who are going to participate in the election of whom? Election of president. The members, those who are going to participate in the election of president. Now, who all will go and participate in the election of the president?
Members of
Everyone or anyone? Can anyone participate in the election of the president? Right? So, here we have to see who all are the member of this electoral college, or what is this electoral college? Where is this electoral college? Who are the members of this college? Okay. How this college is decided or made, right? So, these things we have to see. Now, when we talk, where is this college? Anyone? Delhi? Everything is in Delhi? Everything is in Delhi? Maharashtra? Bangalore? Okay, fine. So, no place has been decided to set up this college. It can be anywhere. It can be anywhere. But generally, in the parliament. Generally, the parliament will be considered as a place where this electoral college, all the members, they will come and vote for the president. Now, second thing, who all will be the part of this electoral college? So here, three type of people will be part of this college. The first, MPs. Second, MLAs from the state. Third, MLAs from the legislative assemblies. And how many legislative assemblies we have? Sorry, not legislative, union territory. How many legislative assemblies we are having in union territories? How many union territories are having legislative assemblies? 3, 2. How many union territories we are having legislative assemblies? Name them. Delhi, Pondicherry, and Jammu and Kashmir. Right? We have 3 union territories to have legislative assembly. One is Delhi, Pondicherry, and J and Okay, Jammu and Kashmir. So here these three category of the members, they are going to participate in this electoral college. Now when we talk about the first one, that is MP. So we have MPs in two places. One is Lok Sabha, another is what? Rajya Sabha. Now in Lok Sabha, how many MPs we are having? Five? Huh? In Rajya Sabha, how many MPs we are having? Hmm. How many? Totally, it is 250. Okay, the strength of the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha is 552. But currently we are having 545 and 245. 245. Now, out of this 552, 530 will be from what? States. 20 will be from Union Territory and 2 will be nominated. 2 will be nominated, right? In Rajya Sabha, we have 238 from the states and not state 238 plus we have 12 nominated. Okay, 238 plus 12 nominated members. Okay, now these two nominated members are from Anglo-Indian community. And what is this Anglo-Indian? Tribals. Very good. बाहर के लोग. Very good. Who is called as Anglo-Indian? Half Indian, half English. That means half portion is British color, half portion is white color. Then how half Indian, half?
He's Indian. He was born in India, but his grandparents were from England or
Something.
England.
Then again citizenship come. The citizenship chapter. I'll start asking citizenship. Who is called as Anglo-Indian? Born? Ancestors are in. So anyone who has the Robert, Charles in their surname, they will be called as Anglo-Indian. Christian? Achha. So all the Christians are Anglo-Indian? Yes?
None of their ancestors are from, their background is from British, they're British, and then they are known as.
So if suppose grandson of Mountbatten is here in India, can I call him as an Anglo-Indian?
He should be born in India.
He should be born in India?
His family should be.
Whose family?
He should be settled in India.
Huh? Anglo-Indian if one parent is from British origin. One parent. Suppose if father is Indian but mother is British. And suppose if mother is Indian, father is British. Right? So those people are called as what? Anglo-Indian. So these two people, they will be nominated by from the Anglo-Indian community. They will be nominated in the Lok Sabha. And here there will be 12 people, those will be nominated by the president, and they will belong to some specific positions. Like we have social services, science, sports, all these things. Then literature. Okay, 4 different segments: literature, sports, social science, and science. So if anyone belongs to this category, any member from these categories, they will be also nominated in the Rajya Sabha by the president. Okay, so these are the total members. Now, but presently we have 545 members here and 245 members here. Now, why this 545 members? Why not all 552? And how we have decided this number? This 545. How we have decided these two numbers? Anyone? State population? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Why only 5?
Constituencies.
Why not more? Or why not less? Acha, how many of you have seen new parliament building? Seen video. Okay, fine. Okay. So new. Have you seen the new Parliament building? Recently we have inaugurated, right? So no. Yes. Okay. So how many members they can sit in that Parliament? Achha, what was the need to build a new Parliament? To increase the space, increase the seats, emergency, security. So till now they are under insecurity. Political? Fire hazard. अभी लगा सकते हैं आप? अभी लगा सकते हैं आप पार्लियामेंट?
New updated, the building was divided.
New. It was not up to the mark.
Old
building.
British. We are celebrating 70 years.
British product. अच्छा, I
Old
thought.
is British.
So okay, fine. Very good. Next. Okay. Who has built that new parliament? What is that project name? Sir, it's parliament, right? Who has built that parliament? Now, now don't tell me, okay? I'm not expecting that answer, Mr. Edwin. That is what I'm telling. I'm not expecting that answer. That was Central Vista project. Have you heard this thing? No. It was Central Vista project. Fine? Okay, fine. So here the new building or the new parliament has been constructed. Now the sitting capacity of that new parliament is 1500 for the Lok Sabha and more than 800 for the Rajya Sabha. Why we have built so many seats? Is there any basis or simply एक seat पे दो like दो seat for one person? हाँ. To more members? Or simply we were having so we have collected so much of tax. चलो कुछ नया कर तो बाहर निकल. Increase the seats.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Now here you have seen 550, 545 and 245 members here, right? Totally we are having these many members presently, right? Now what happened here? Now how these members are or how these seats are decided, that we will see. Suppose if this is a country called as India, right? Now this India will be divided into constituencies. This will be divided into smaller constituencies, and these constituencies will be totally 545 constituencies will be there when we are talking about the Lok Sabha. From each constituencies there will be one member. Suppose C1, C2, C3 like that till C40, 550, 545. Okay, so this whole country will be divided on the basis of constituencies. Now these constituencies will be divided by whom? By there is body called as election commission, and election commission will divide with the help of what? There is something called as delimitation commission. There is something called as delimitation commission. The work of the delimitation commission is to decide or to divide the country into smaller constituencies or some smaller parts. Now from every constituencies there will be some candidates who will be standing in the election, right? Suppose if 4 candidates are standing from this one particular constituency. So the candidate, now if all 4 will win or only one will be the winner? Only one will be the winner. So that one winner candidate, he will hold one seat in the Lok Sabha. Okay. So this is how the constituencies are divided. Now these constituencies were freezed during 42nd constitutional amendment. Right? We have seen about something a 42nd constitutional amendment. It is called as what? Mini constitution. Right? So under this 42nd constitutional amendment, we have freeze the seats by this number. Why we have freeze the seats? Because here one member represents the population of 1 million. 1 million of the population will be represented by one member. Okay. Now suppose like this, on the basis of population, we will divide all the constituencies, whatever the population is there. Okay, the total population divided by the total number of seats, that will be the position of the seats. That many seats will be there in the parliament. Now, what happened here? Here, if you see in 1976, who was the ruling party? Who was the government here? Who was the prime minister? Indira Gandhi, right? So during Indira Gandhi government, she has brought something called as a policy, and that policy was related to the national population policy. Okay, it was related to the population. Now Indira Gandhi wanted to control the population of the country. Now she has also brought something called as mass sterilization. Mass sterilization. What is the meaning of sterilization? What is the meaning of sterilization? Biology? Bio वाले जरा बताओ.
Layers.
Hmm.
Layers. Different layers.
Different layers. Biology वाले कौन जरा हाथ दो. 1, 2, 3. What is the meaning of sterilization? Negotiate करना. Very good. Execute. Paralyze. हाँ हाथ पैर तोड़ देना. और very good. बोलो बोलो बोलो. घर पे बैठे हो क्या? सोफा लेके आओ. नीचे करो पैर. इससे पहले मैं तुम्हें बाहर फेंकूं यहाँ से. नहीं दिख रहा है मुझे नीचे. प्रॉपरली नीचे रखो पैर. हाँ. किधर बैठो? Very good. What is the meaning of sterilization? What's the meaning of sterilization? Very good. Very good. If a person is medically made unfit for the reproduction, it is called as sterilization. Understood? So, this policy, it is nothing to laugh. First of all, you should feel ashamed of. If you don't know these simple terms, simple meaning, and suppose if some topic comes on this your GD and all, you'll be laughing like that. Understood? Now here Indira Gandhi has came up with the mass sterilization. This policy she has got. Okay. Now to control the population. So these policies, they were implemented. They were strictly followed in the southern India, but northern India, these policies were not followed. These policies were not followed properly. Now, suppose if they are not following these policies, so what will happen here? The population will increase, yes or no? The population will increase, and the more number of the people there, what will happen to the seats? You have to increase the number of seats, right? So, for not following the policies of the government, who were getting benefit? Who were getting benefit? This North Indian. Okay, all the North Indian states, they were getting benefit. That means what? Their representation in the Lok Sabha will be more as compared to the South India. Now, the South Indian politicians, they understood this thing. Now, when they understood this thing, they have revolted against this. Now, when they have revolted against this, the government has to bring something strong. The government has decided to freeze the seats in the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. And when they freeze the seats were freezed for 545 here and 245 in the Rajya Sabha. Here in the Lok Sabha and here in the Rajya Sabha. Now, these seats were freezed first for 25 years and later in 2001 again we have first on the 42nd amendment we have freezed the seats in 1976. Then after that again for in 2001 again we have freezed these seats for next 25 years. Okay. So now if you see here, this is going to expire. This act is going to expire in the year 2026. Now, the moment this act will be expired, what will happen? Again, delimitation commission has to describe the constituencies, right? Yes or no? Again they have to decide the constituencies. Again they have to decide the number of the MPs, those who are going to stand from the different constituencies. So here now that's why what is the government's plan to increase the number of members in the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. That's why now they are building a new project, right? New parliament. Now, so this is the thing. Now again, like just see after this general election, if again the BJP government wins, their plan is to increase the number of seats. The first one to revolt against this, that will be the South India. That's why we have Uttar Pradesh has the largest representation in the Lok Sabha. It is from the Uttar Pradesh because the maximum number of population. Okay, the number one in the population it is Uttar Pradesh. So they have more than 80 seats in the Lok Sabha. So representation from the Uttar Pradesh it is highest in the Lok Sabha. Okay, fine. So this is of the delimitation commission that will decide about the seats and all. Now here we were doing about the what? We are talking about the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, right? The members, those who will participate in the election of whom? President. So the first one is MPs. Now MPs here 545 MPs are there. Out of this 545, 543 plus 2. And here we have 245 MPs. Out of this 245, 233 plus 12, right? 238. Okay, whatever the here it is. Except these 12 members, these other members they will participate in the election of the president. Now, if you see here, all the elected members, they will participate in the election of whom? In the election of the president. But nominated members will be not allowed to participate in the election of president. That means 2 members from here plus 12 members from here. They will be not allowed to participate in the election of the president. So all the MPs of the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha except the nominated members, they will be participating in the election of the president. That is the first condition. Next, the second condition, all the MLAs of state legislative assemblies, here also except nominated members. Now here the members will be nominated by whom? In the state legislative assembly, who will nominate the members? Governor. Okay, here the nominated members in the state legislative assembly by the governor, they will not participate in the election of the president, but all other MLAs they are going to participate in election of the president. Third one, all the MLAs of the legislative assemblies of union territories. So all the 3 union territories, all the MLAs, those who are in the legislative assemblies of the union territory, they are also going to participate in the election of the president. So totally if you see how many people they will participate, MPs from what? Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha except nominated members, right? Then all MLAs from state legislative assemblies except nominated members. All the MLAs from legislative assembly of union territories, same except from nominated members. So this is what the electoral college of president consists of. This is what the electoral college of president consists of. That means these many people they will participate in the election of president. Right? Now next, who will conduct the election of president? Who will conduct the election of president? Who will conduct the election of president? They are the members, those who will participate in the election. But who will conduct the election? Election Commission of India. Election Commission of India, they will conduct the election for the president. But suppose if there is a dispute in the election, then Who will resolve that dispute? It is Supreme Court. Okay, Supreme Court has a power to resolve any dispute if it happens during the election or after election or while the declaration of the result of this election. Now, here electoral college, understood? Who will be the part of the electoral college, right? Now, the election will be done through the something called as proportional representation method. Proportional representation method with something called as single transferable vote. Single transferable vote. Now, how this single transferable vote works or how this proportional representation works, that we will see. Suppose if there are 4 candidates for the election of what? President, candidate A, B, C and D. Now suppose here there are 100 members who are going to vote for this election. Okay, there are 100 members, they are going to vote for these 4 candidates. Now if you see in direct election, there will be one list of the candidates, those who are standing in the election. Yes or no? EVM will have all the parties name here, BJP, then Congress, like that we have JDS, like that n number of parties symbol will be there, right? And what you have to go and do there? You have to go and press the button, right? In EVM machine you have to go and press the button, right? And the vote will go to that particular party, right? Yes or no? Now don't say all the vote goes to BJP. Okay. So that is what that happens in the direct election. But in indirect election, these 100 members have to give their preference. They have to give their preference. This kind of form will be given to each and every MP and MLA, those who are under the electoral college of this president election. They will get this paper and here they have to give the preference. Now suppose if one candidate is, he can give preference first to C, second to D, third to B and fourth to A. That means what? He has to vote for all the 4. He has to vote for all these 4 members. Now like this, all these 100 candidates, they will give preference according to their choice or their wish. Now suppose if candidate A, B, C, D are there. Suppose if candidate A got 40 votes, B got 20 votes, C got 10 votes and D got C got 15 votes and D got suppose 10 votes. Can I declare anyone as a winner here? Can I declare anyone as a winner? No, because this is the method of what? Method of proportional representation, and here or indirect election, here to win they have to get what? 50% or half plus 1, right? So out of this 100 members, they have to get at least any one of the person has to get more than 51 votes, right? So this is the method. Now suppose these are the preferences they have got. Suppose here now how we will transfer the vote when we say single transferable vote. Single transferable vote, how that single transferable vote will be done. So the preferences which are given to the D, the preferences, those who all given the first preference to the D, their preferences will be deleted. The name of the D will be deleted from the list and it will be checked all those candidates, those who have given the 10 preferences, right? The 10 candidates, those who have given the second preference to somebody else, they have given second preference to ABC, anyone, right? So we will check their second preference and the first preference will be deleted from their D. That means the candidate D will be deleted from this competition or he will be removed from this competition. Now suppose here 10 candidates are there, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Now they all have given first preference to whom? D, right? They all have given first preference to D. Now they have to give other preferences. Suppose for A they have given Suppose for A they have given preference 2 here, then 3 for this, then 4 for this, then again 2 here, 3 for this, 4 for this, 3 here, 2 here, then 4, like this. 3, 2, 4, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2. Like this, they would have given the preferences, right? So the candidate here who will get the maximum number of preferences in as a second preference. Suppose if here A, B, C, D are there. A has got 40, B has got 20, C has got 50. Now D's name is deleted. Suppose if the second preference is given by these 10 members, suppose he has got more 5 members have given this second preference here. Remaining 3 has given here preference and 2 has given here. So those second preferences will be added in their number, their preferences. And the person who will get the least preferences, that person's name will be also deleted from the list. Now remaining 2 candidates. So whatever the second preferences has been got by the C, that will be also added to the A or B. So the whoever will reach that 50 plus number, that person will be declared as what? Winner. Okay. So now can you see how difficult this process is? How difficult is this process? Suppose if you want to calculate the vote of 140 CR people for each and every candidate, those who are standing for the Prime Minister or Chief Minister election, is it possible? Is it possible? No. So that's why there are only few positions or few posts for which we have kept that this proportional representation method of election. Okay. So this is the method of the election for the president. Now here. Now tell me the MLA and MP. These two people, those who are participating in the election, the vote value of MLA is equal to the vote value of MP. Yes or no? The vote value of MLA is equal to the vote value of MP. Yes or no? No? Fine. The vote value of MLA, it will be different from the vote value of MP. Now they will calculate the vote value of MLA. It is decided on the total population of that particular state. The total population of state divided by the number of MLAs into 1 by 1000. This is the method how they will conclude or how they will get the value of the vote value of the MLA. For MP, the total number of MLAs, the total value of vote of the MLAs, then divided by the total number of MPs. These are the two formulas which are used to get the vote value for these two category of the people. Okay, and on these basis they will get some number of votes, or they will get something called as vote value. And whoever the candidate, those who will cross this vote value, they will be declared as a winner here in the president election. Okay, so this is the process for the election of the president. Now question is, who can become president? Who can become president of India? Who can become a president of India? He should be a citizen of India. Huh? He should be a citizen. Who can become president of India? Any person? Okay. Next.
He should be a member of Lok Sabha.
Or
Both the deputies.
or that's it. That's it. Remaining candidates. Remaining candidates. No answers. Who can become president of India? How she has become president of India? No, tell me. How she has become president of India? Why? Why are talking to me? Tell me. Then Draupadi Murmu. She came and she sat on the position, president of India. Then, she was a favorite to Prime Minister. That's why she became President of India. I'm asking you, Draupadi Murmu. Yes. How can a person become a President of India? Hmm. What happened? Draupadi Murmu? Anyone else?
A person should be a member of Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha and his age should be above 35, so he can take part in the election of president.
Yeah, good. Okay. Anyone else? Anyone else? That's it?
First, he should be citizen of
Yes. First, he should be a citizen of India. Any person who is a citizen of India, they can stand for the election of president. This is the one condition. Okay, but we have some other conditions also. But the first basic condition is that any person who is a citizen of India, the person should hold a citizenship of India. Suppose anyone from USA, can they become a president of India? Can they become? Right? So the first basic condition, the person has to be a citizen of India. Next condition, the person should be above 35 of age. Anyone who is above 35 years, they can stand for the election of president. Next, the person should be eligible. The person should be eligible to become a member of Lok Sabha. The person should be eligible to become a member of Lok Sabha. This doesn't mean that the person has to be a member of Lok Sabha. The only condition is that he or she should be eligible to become a member of Lok Sabha. Now, what is the eligibility to become a member of Lok Sabha? What is the eligibility to become a member of Lok Sabha? Don't become parrot or whatever is written on that page, read and then tell the answer. That will be not accepted. What is the eligibility for the member of the Lok Sabha? Age above 25. Good. Next. So if I am not representing a party, I cannot become a member of Lok Sabha. Do I need to hold a party name? उधर क्यों देख रहे हो? मुझे देखो. You have to answer me. If you are answering, you have to answer me. Okay? You have to look at me. इंटरव्यू में जाओगे, इंटरव्यू क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा पड़ोसी क्या करोगे? नहीं ना. वो बोल तुमको सुन क्या बोल रहा? अच्छा तुम बताओ क्या बोल रहे हो? मुझे बताओ. क्या बोल रहे हो? बताओ.
नहीं मैम आप क्वेश्चन पूछे तो
हाँ तो मैं आंसर भी तो पूछ रही हूँ. हाँ बताओ ना आंसर. तुम आंसर उससे दे रहे हो क्या?
नहीं मैम आइडिया शेयर कर रहे हैं.
आइडिया शेयर मुझसे शेयर करो ना. मुझसे शेयर करो आइडिया तुम्हारा. मुझे तो पता चला कैसे कैसे आइडियाज है तुम्हारे दिमाग में. शेयर योर आइडिया. क्या?
She might not be a member of Lok Sabha.
She might not be a member of Lok
नहीं
Sabha.
मैम आप क्वेश्चन पूछे ना उसके लिए might not.
मुझे आंसर दो. ठीक है दोस्त को नहीं आंसर. हाँ. Anyone. What is the eligibility to become a member of Lok Sabha? Condition. First, citizen of India. Next, the age criteria is 25 years. The candidate, the person should be above 25 years. Next, his name should be in the electoral roll of that particular constituency. That means what? He should be a voter in that particular constituency from where he is standing, or his name should be there in the electoral roll. Okay, so these are some criteria for the members to become a member of the Lok Sabha. Okay, fine. That in detail we will see in the Parliament chapter. First, here now eligible to become a member of the Lok Sabha. These are the some basic condition to become a president of India. These three are the basic condition to become a president of India. Now some additional conditions are also there. Okay. Now you can also say, right, I am a citizen of India. Suppose if you are above 35 years, or maybe your parents or someone, those who are above 35 years, and they are also eligible to become a member of Lok Sabha. Can they stand for the election of president? No. Anyone who is a citizen of India, who is above 35 years, and who is also eligible to become a member of Lok Sabha, can that person become a president of India? Can that person become a president of India? Oh, fine. So here there are some additional conditions. Now these additional conditions are, there should be 50 proposers. 50 proposers plus 50 seconder. Now, who are these 50 proposer and 50 seconder? That means from this Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, or from this parliament, there should be 50 members who should ready to propose the name of that particular candidate for presidentship. Understood? So 50 members, they have to propose the name and support that name for the candidateship of the president. And 50% they should work as a secondary supporter. They should work as a secondary supporter. That means 50% they should propose the name, and other 50 members they should support as a secondary for this proposed name for this president. Okay, then only a person can stand for the election. Now these 50 and these 50, they should be different. It is not like we have 545 members here, so out of this 545, only 50 members they can work as a proposer or seconder both. Suppose if once a person is under the category of proposer, he cannot be a seconder. That means 50 separate proposers and 50 separate seconders. So out of this 545, 100 members should use their support for this particular person to stand in the election. That is the condition. Now suppose if you go to the parliament and if you say that I want to become president, all the MLAs they will stand up and they will welcome you. You do like that? They will say, okay, come, we will make you as a president. No, right? So generally, that's why the ruling party, the candidate who's nominated from the ruling party, that candidate becomes the president here. Now,
Suppose the proposal 60% from secondary is 48, maybe able.
not allowed.
Okay.
50-50.
Okay.
Okay, fine. Now these people they have to nominate the name, and that person will stand for the election, and the method of proportional representation will be started, and that person will become a president. Now here there is a question of majority. We have seen this majority earlier. We have seen simple majority, right? So what is simple majority? Simple majority. What is simple majority? 50%. 50% plus 1 or half plus 1, right? So this is simple majority. Now here, to understand how this process or everything goes, you have to understand something called as majority. Okay, where we have seen the simple majority? For which article we have seen simple majority? Article 3. Okay, for Article 3 we have seen the simple majority, right? And there I have told Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha how the bill will be originated, right? And how it will be passed in the different houses, right? Now, when we talk about the majority, in Indian Constitution we have totally 6 type of majority. 6 type of majority plus 1 that is miscellaneous. Okay, that is some rare case. So, we will just see about these majority. Now, when we talk about this majority here, we have simple majority and special majority. We have simple majority and special majority. Now, inside the simple majority, we have 3 types of majority. One is simple, another is absolute, and another is effective. Simple, absolute, and effective. Inside the special majority, we have majority which is under Article 61. Then we have Article 249 and Article 312. And the last one under the Article 368. Okay. So these are the some types of majority. Here simple majority, here special majority. Now when we talk about the simple majority and when we talk about the special majority, there is a difference. In simple majority here, half of the member present plus voting. Half of the member present in the parliament plus they are ready to vote. In absolute majority, half of the member total minus absent. Total of the member subtracted by the absent. In effective majority, half of the total. Half of the total. So that is your effective majority. Now under Article 61. Anyone? Article 61. Impeachment of president. Okay. Here more than two-thirds of total members of both the houses or total member of the house. That is under Article 61. That means more than two-thirds of the total strength of the house. That is the under Article 61. Here under Article 249 and 312 we have more than two-thirds of present plus voting. More than two-thirds of present plus voting, and here also we have more than two-thirds present plus voting, also more than your absolute majority. More than absolute majority. So these are the types of majorities which are used for the different things. Under the simple majority we have three types: simple, absolute and effective. Inside the special majority we have under Article 61. Article 61 talks about the impeachment of president. What is the meaning of impeachment? What is the meaning of impeachment? Removal of the president. Article 249, it talks about the state list. We have division of power, schedule number. Which schedule? I don't want answer from you. Okay? I don't want answer from few candidates those who have already knowledge. Okay? I want those who are sitting in the class. What is schedule number 1? Schedule number 1. Schedule number 2. Schedule number 3. I don't want silent. I want every mouth should be open. I don't want answer from you.
Alliances.
Allowances. Schedule number 4. Sir. NDA. Yes, you. Right. तुम्हारे बाजू में. Schedule number 4. Here, front seat. How many of you are writing NDA? Just raise your hand fast. Stand up on your position. Fast. Stand up on your position. Okay. How many of you have by-hearted all the schedules? और 4 साल बैठना है यहाँ पे. No one? Did I send it in the group? Have I sent it in the group? Yes or no? For whom I have sent it in the group? For me? For me, I have sent it in the group. Anyone who can tell me all the 12 schedules? Anyone? Anyone? How many of you want to crack NDA? ये इतना हाथ क्यों उठ रहा है? पूरा नहीं उठा जा रहा है. How you will track your NDA? Just simple question. 12 schedules, right? Forget about the whole. I'm talking here majority, simple majority, absolute majority, this majority. I know 100% it is going above your head. And I know who's telling, who understand, who's giving answer, who's doing what. Hmm. How many parts are there in Indian Constitution? Huh. How many parts? Sure? Sure? 100%? Say it loudly now. Why only 1 or 2% there? How many schedules are there in our Constitution? 12. 12 schedules. How many schedules were added through amendments? Very good. Three. Very good. One. Very good. How many schedules were added through amendment? Pack your bags. Actually, you know what? In India, there will be only 1 or 2 questions per point. So, for 1 or 2 questions, shall I waste so much of time? Do we need to waste so much of time for 1 or 2 questions? Do we need? Yes or no? Do we need so much of time to waste here? No, right? So that means we are full or you are full? Who's full here? You are full or I am full? Okay, without GK, how many of you can crack NDA? Tell me that. Without GK, how many can you crack NDA? And without GK, how many can you score in merit list? Or how many can you cross the merit list? How many marks for GK paper? How many marks for GK paper? Say it loudly, you know, right? 600. And how many marks for maths? Okay. To get into merit list, how much? Where you have to score more? You all are very good in English. Yes or no? You all are very. I mean, you're saying yes. Say it properly. Yes or no? Okay, what? Okay, fine. चलो शुरू. Forget about the policy. Okay. छोड़ देते. ये majority वगैरह समझ में आना नहीं है. You don't want to become politician also, right? Okay, fine. हाँ बेटा बताओ जरा how many part of speech are there? हाँ बेटा बोलो ना जरा इधर बताओ. How many part of speech are there? 2. In English we have 2 part of speech. English is good, right? UPSC is not gonna ask you yeah bro, hey bro, hello bro, that kind of English. You know that, right? UPSC is not gonna ask you that kind of English. Where sister has become sis, brother has become bro, father has become fro. Okay? So that kind of English they are not gonna ask. Anyone, how many part of speech are there in English? 8, right? Can anyone like with proud name all those 8 part of speech? One by one. Not in a June. I don't want crowd here. I want. Bolo, Jaswita will say, okay? Everyone has to hear. Now, Jaswita, tell me.
Now, pronoun.
4 more are there.
Composition.
Composition. Very good. I don't help her. Let her tell, right? Conjunction.
Imposition.
Imposition. Very good. Imposition of which rule? We are not talking about polity. We are talking about English, right?
Preposition.
Preposition. Then still 2 more are there.
Verb.
अच्छा अब तुम बताओ बेटा तुम्हारा जी के बहुत अच्छा है ना हाँ आप चश्मा निकाल दिया कोई बात नहीं फिर भी आई वाली स्पेक्स ओके हाँ चलो एक और जंक्शन बचा है इंजेक्शन और कौन सा इंजेक्शन बाकी है बोलो Now can you blame that you didn't taught us, so I didn't wrote in English? I didn't wrote good in English. Can you say like that? Can you say like that? Anyone? Will you go outside and you'll say that Bangalore Defense Academy didn't taught me the part of Swiss, so I failed in English exam? Can you say like that? No. Huh? Yes or no? Because this is a sixth grade candidate. He will also tell. Even now, I feel that if there is a competition between you and that those Sainik schools, those who are sitting upstairs, they will win. 100% they will win. NDA, right? Science? You're good in science? You decide and then tell me. Huh? Sure? Okay, fine. If you're good in science, just tell me, do you have mobile phone? Do you have mobile phone? How many elements from the element chart are present in your mobile phone? How many elements from your element chart they are present in your mobile phone? You use mobile phone, right? Okay, forget about that. What is present in the tip of the matchstick? Very good. Very good. Hmm. Acha, very good. Very good. Very good. Okay, why? Okay, fine. Why? Okay, suppose if I make a human being stand in the sunlight, they will fall, right? They will fall. They cannot stand for a longer duration. Why plant does not fall in sunlight? Why they stand continuously for hours and hours? Photosynthesis. Very good. You're in KG, nursery, or first standard, second standard, third standard, or you're trying for NDA. Hmm. Okay, what is present in the paint which we paint on the surface of the wall? Calcium. Calcium carbonate. Okay, so it is same like as your teeth. Huh. Science, right? 50 questions from science. They are not going to ask which fuel was inserted in the SLV or GSLV which was launched to the moon, right? They are going to ask you basic questions. Simple basic questions. And whatever I have asked, the majority of the questions are there in your between 6 to 10 standard, like NCRT books. Hmm. मजा आ रहा है? मजा आ रहा है? नहीं आ रहा? So you have to understand your. How many of you are like? When is your ND exam? Which September? 3rd September. How many days are remaining? Didn't count it till now. How many days are remaining? 1 month, 5. How many days? Days. 30? 38 days. Those who really want to crack NDA, till the time the 30 days are remaining, they'll start doing mock tests. And we are doing mockery here. There's a difference between both of them. So, no. Is there any medicine which will feed you and you will get to know all the NCRTs, all the books? They are not 100% NDA, they are not asking outside your NCRTs. What are the NCRTs? From 6 to 10 standard, forget about 12 standard, forget about everything. 6 to 10 standard. How many of you read all the NCRTs from 6 to 10? Anyone in the class? No one? No one? That's it. So next, the degree holders. How many are degree holders here? 8 degree holders. ये क्या होता है? What is this? Okay, simply I'm asking. How many of you are trying for CDS, afcat and CMP? Now the question is clear. Your NCRTs are over. Achha, syllabus is finished. I'm planning to start Bhagavad Gita from tomorrow. Okay. At least we'll become saint. Maybe. Quality ऊपर से हाँ CDS. For your kind information, 15 questions from quality. Okay. So NDA they can say, I don't have any problem. If they don't tell me even one schedule, fine, okay. You will fail in science, I know that. I 100% I can guarantee. Okay. History, world history, NDA वाले, उसका पता नहीं है. Fine. English, 100% I can guarantee. No one, not even one person who's sitting inside the class knows like all the rules, regulations while doing the grammar. When the comprehensive passages are like that, that while reading only you will die. That is the UPSC. It is the UPSC. Okay. In last 15 years, they have asked the most difficult paper this time in the civil services. Most difficult paper in the last 15 years. Okay. And there you cannot say I was in COVID, I was Corona batch, so I didn't attend the class. I was sitting in home. I was doing online studies. Okay, fine. So till the time you are not starting, I'm not expecting you to be a like very learned person in a polity or geography or history, each and everything. But at least you have to understand the basics. Right? Otherwise, I think maximum of you will be having 2 attempts or 4 attempts. Max to max, 6 attempts. Those who are starting in 11th or something. Right? More than that, anyone is having attempt? No, right? No. And this opportunity will not get every time in your life. Today, if I want, I know all the subjects, but can I become an army officer? Can I go and write your NDR CGS? Can I? No, right? Because I don't have that age. I does not belong to that bracket. But if you ask me politics, if you ask me history, if you ask me geography, science, anything, I can answer you now. Understood? So when you have time, if you are not performing, you will be just sitting here like that. And many of you know already those who have given the attempts, given the exams, everything. समझ में आ रहा है? Okay, fine. Now you will understand this one, majority. इसका ज्ञान काफी सा, right? Now you will understand majority. Sorry, yes or no? नहीं, अभी भी doubt है, नहीं समझना. समझना है नहीं समझना? You want to understand or you don't want to? Okay. So we were talking about the majority, simple majority and absolute majority, right? Now, simple majority, there are some different types of bills. Okay? And what is bill? What is bill? Proposed legislation, right? So, for proposed legislation, we have different types of bill. Like we have ordinary bill, like we have money bill, like we have constitutional amendment bill, right? Like we have financial bill. So, these bills, whenever they are passed inside the Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, they have to go through this majority section. Suppose some bills they have to go through the simple majority, like we have seen the article number 3. Any bill going through the article number 3 that has to go through the simple majority. Any bill which is under article 368 constitutional amendment, that bill has to go through the what? Special majority. Inside the special majority, this which is specially for the article 368. Suppose impeachment. Impeachment is nothing but the removal. And there is only one position in whole constitution that comes under the impeachment. That comes under the impeachment. That is the post of the president. Only president can be impeached in our India. What are the executive positions are there? Impeachment means removal. The toughest majority to prove it is under Article 61. Under Article 61, it is the toughest majority to remove the president. And that's why if you see the history of India, Not even a single president has been removed or impeached from our whatever the executive position is there, right? So Article 61, more than 2/3 of the total member of the House. That is the majority which they have to prove in the removal of the president. Next, Article 312. Article 312 is for the creation of All India services. Like how many All India services we are having? Anyone? Okay, whatever the force you will join, whether it comes under the All India service, whether it comes under the All India service, no, it does not come under the All India service. It comes under the defense service. Defense services are different from the All India services. We have three different All India services. One is IAS, IPS, and Indian Forest Services. Indian Forest Services. These are the three services which are called as the All India services. Okay. So, if suppose any government, if government want to increase the number of All India services, suppose if they want to increase from these three, if they wanted to bring All India Judicial Services, so that in that case they have to come under Article 312 and they have to come through this majority. Okay, through this majority. 249, it talks about the state list. Now, if you see the schedule number 7, there is something called as division of power. And the power has been divided into three different lists. One is union list, then state list, then concurrent list. Union list, whatever the power central government is having, that is called as union list. State list, whatever the powers states are having, that will come under the state list. Concurrent, where both state and center will have a powers. Okay, but suppose if there is a dispute, who will prevail? Whose judgment will prevail here? In concurrent list, union. Okay, union will have a superiority over there. So anything, any changes in the state list, so that time under Article 249, this majority we have to prove in the parliament, right? Here for some bills, absolute majority, effective majority, that we have to prove under the simple majority. So there are two types of majority, which is simple majority and special majority. Now, when we will see about the removal of the or impeachment of the president, that will under the Article 61. Under Article 61, that is about the president or the removal of the president. We were talking about the executive called as president. Here, who can become a president of India? Citizen of India above the age of 35. Then eligible to become a member of Lok Sabha. Plus, he should have what? 50 proposers and 50 seconders. Okay, 50 proposers and 50 seconders should be there. Election will be done through what method? Through indirect method, or it is also called as proportional representation, right? Here we have to have electoral college. Also we have something called as single transferable vote, right? Also we will have something called as ballot. Here you will have something called as ballot paper. That means there will be a paper on which the list of the candidates will be given, and they have to, all the members of this electoral college, they have to give preference. Okay, they have to give the preference. Also they have to fulfill something called as what? Here something is called as vote value, or they have to cross this electoral quota. Electoral quota means what? The total number, the total value of the vote of MP plus MLAs, and except which MPs and MLAs? Nominated. Except nominated MPs and MLAs of the Parliament, that is Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, plus state legislative assemblies as well as legislative assembly of Union Territory. Everyone will come and vote, and on their vote value, whoever will get the 50% above 50% of vote, that person will reach the electoral quota, and that person will be decided, or he will be made as a president of India. This is the process of appointment of the president. This is how the president will be appointed here. And now you know what is this single transferable vote or what is proportional representation system. Okay. Next thing, we will talk about the removal and powers and function of the president. These two things are there. These two things we will do tomorrow. In tomorrow's class, we will do these two things about the removal of the president and powers and functions. Yesterday also I have told to come after studying, or at least you make some reading, do some reading assignment, and then come to the class so that you will understand what I am doing here. Okay. So about the president, we will see the different powers of the president. Who is the supreme commander of armed forces? President. Okay. Who's holding a diplomatic powers? Who's having a diplomatic power? Okay. Do president have some legislature power? Do president have some legislative power? No. Do president have military power? Do president have something called as emergency law making power? Okay. Do president have diplomatic power? Do president have diplomatic power? Yes? No? Okay, do president have emergency power? Yes? Do president have veto power? Yes? What is veto? What is veto? Fine. So, like this, if you see, president will hold around more than 8 to 10 powers. He is holding some powers. That powers we will see in the powers and functions. And what is the actual function of the president? Suppose if any bill or if any law, if any bill has to become a law or act, can it be done without the president? Can we do it without the president? No. Right? So, okay. Can be there a vacancy in the president house? Okay. Suppose 365 days are there in a year. Can for one day also we can vacate this seat of the president? Yes or no? No. Okay. So that means this position has to be always fulfilled. Suppose if this position is vacated by the president, if president is not there, who will hold that position? Vice president. Vice president. Suppose if vice president is also not there, then
CJ.
if CJ is also not there, then
CJ, the Supreme Court judge CJ now.
senior most judge of the Supreme Court. Okay, fine. So these all things we will see how the vacancies there or how the removal or the impeachment of president is done. And who can remove the president? Who can remove the president? Who can remove the president? Who has the power to remove the president? Supreme Court? Who has the power to remove the president? Members of Parliament? Parliament has the power to remove the president or impeach the president. The impeachment procedure, it will be done through the Parliament. Okay. Who will appoint the president?
The Election Commission of India.
Election Commission of India will appoint the president. Chief Justice will appoint the president. Who will appoint the president? Parliament will appoint the president. Electoral college will elect the president. Who will appoint the president? Prime Minister will appoint the president. Then who will appoint the president? Piche, backside. I'm asking something. Who will appoint the president? Senior most judge. Okay. Then
So the indirect elections.
CJI, Chief Justice of India. Or tell Bala from your Gyan Pitara, you have to focus something. MPs will appoint.
Indirect or indirect elections.
Election.
Indirect.
Indirect. That is the election process. I am asking about who will appoint the president. Okay, who will appoint the prime minister? President, right? So, who will appoint the president?
Prime Minister.
Very good. Okay. There is no appointing authority for the president. Is there anyone who is higher than president? Okay. So who can make appointment? Who can make appointment for anyone? Suppose if you want to get appointment letter, who should give you your appointment letter? Someone who is superior than you. So is there anyone who is superior than president? So there is no appointing authority for the president.
The resignation means
That is resignation. Voluntarily, if he want to leave the office. So that time he will go to the work. We will just give him letter. Who's MP?
one person.
Ah.
And on that seat is vacancy.
Ah.
Okay, if election comes, appointed new MP, new MP,
He, sorry, I didn't get you. You are talking about president, you are talking about MP, you are talking MP. You are talking about MP. Suppose if MP went to jail, what will happen to his seat? If he goes for more than 2 years, that seat will be vacated. Another person has to get elected for that.